Here we go. A little bit of TFR action as we head into the Ptarmagan Sprint zone. This is the pre-action. And I got some tunes here from Bryce Wemple. He's a local artist, electronic music. And so I'd showcase a little bit of that before we get into the melee. So just sit back and relax. So it looks like we've got a little bit of a pause into the S corner as Greg calls to have a slowdown here, and you'll see what happens next in the S corner. Everyone mostly hold their line. Enough said about that. So now we're heading into the zone. A little bit of recovery. Marcelo is up the road. So, and you can see by the TFR map where we are in the upper left-hand corner. I think we're going to see another transgression here coming up. And this was like kind of egregious. We're going to see Fred in the blue. Yeah, I called him out. Gonna come up here and pass everybody way outside the line. And you can see that right there. There was no need for that. Yeah, enough said about that. Okay, so now it's party time. Gonna get into it. Everyone waits as is proper. We're gonna have a few guys go up the road. I don't know why. It's always more fun to ride people off the wheel, but there you can see it looks like Fred going to the front, followed by somebody. It might be Marcelo, I think so. And the rules are to wait till everyone gets together. I'm not quite certain if they're there yet, but we're getting there. And as always, I'd like to thank JC, aka John Kraft, for his telemetry, as well as Ron Kennedy for his telemetry. Didn't have the Ron cam footage for this one. Not certain I had time to add it, but here we go. And we're going into the melee. So Greg goes up to the front to try to calm things down a little bit. I'm like, that's a good idea as everyone is together. And I don't know why we can't ride the way we do in the beginning of the ride. Like, if you're coming up County Road 5, everyone looks like they're sweet. 2x2, 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 and this looks like a cluster. Like, it's the neutral zone until we get to the bridge, but some people will just have to go. So Danny gets a wild hair up his ass and decides that he needs to go off the front, needs to work more or whatever. I'm not certain if he knows anything about Zone 2, but there are certain riders that they have to just have two speeds, fast and faster. And if he needs to get his workout, Honestly, what he should have done is dropped to the back and chased, because that would have been a pretty good workout right there. It's like, I don't really get any of that. In any case, we're still like all over the place, not riding 2x2. Got people way out by the yellow line. I mean, the yellow line is the guardrail. We don't really need to be out there the entire time. This should be 2x2. And it's like some people, like, they're not going to be even contending. Or you need to practice, like, riding in a group. Yeah, everyone's fast. Get the reaction time. Get the skill set to follow wheels instead of just using your brute force to stay out in the wind. And I see a lot of riders doing that. So up front looks good. Like, the TFR kit that's worn by Diana and Daniel there, that looks sick. I mean, that blue, it looks so good there. And, they're riding right, and then everybody else behind them, pretty much, behind maybe Moon Knight and Isla, were just, I don't know, like all over the place. So we got Danny still up the road. Greg gives off the ghost after being up there with Fred, and, Fred he's also one of these guys that has like 2 speeds, and this is okay. And we're looking at the wattage, kind of sitting in, doing whatever. Speed's good at 23, but we really haven't quite hit the bridge yet. And hopefully, Danny has gotten that out of his system. If you're going to work that hard, I'd like to see a little bit more on the prospect sprint zone. If you're going to try to train or whatever, because putting that carrot up the road just kind of like incites people to break the rules of keeping this under wraps until the bridge. So we're going to chill for a little bit, maybe listen to some tunes, and call it good for a little bit. But here we go. The bridge has actually crossed. And it's go time. And now I ramp up my wattage because it's time to go. Need to bring back that recalcitrant dog, Danny up there, who, just basically blew himself up. And looking rearward, here's what's happening. No immediate reaction from the peloton. Danny struggling out. He was working hard. Yeah. And he'll be able to sit in. I'm surprised nobody went behind Marcelo. We got just Brendan just sitting out in the wind, and he's just using brute force to stay up there. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. But if he wants to be a contender, he needs to learn how to sit in and follow wheels. I mean, he does okay sometimes, like on OCR, and now he's finally like tucking in, but he's way too comfortable with being out in the wind. I had talked to him before on one of the rides, and he was just like, oh, I just like when I try to hold my FTP. I don't care about doing whatever. But, if you got the strength, go for it. But if you want to be one of those people at the end that's going to be able to throw it down, the people that are sitting in, that's not the place to be. But now, having it strung out, people are more 2x2, or at least they're like not in the middle of the road. So, and I'm still going pretty hard. I'm not really in it for the sprint. I'm going to get my little interval in, and we're going to go for it. So unfortunately, here we go. I didn't have the Ron cam, so I'm fading back. And I guess we'll just chill to some music until the end, because I don't really have much to say at this point. Until later. I guess the good news here is everyone took the sidewalk for the most part, which is cool, at least those that I could see. And we'll go until the regroup point. Yep, we got Rob bringing up the rear here, which is cool. And here's where everybody regroups, or is supposed to be. That's it, folks. Interesting experiment with the tunes and everything. We'll see how this goes, and peace out.